Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and today we are talking about cloves. This is my magical plant series. I feel like I've been doing this forever. I'm just profiling a plant for you, letting you know its history and letting you know its magical and medicinal properties and how I use it in my practice. So today we're talking about Syzygium aromaticum, which are cloves. Now, I usually come at you with a laundry list of folk names. I don't have that for you. Cloves are from the French, and they're known as gilliflowers, and clou de girofle. And that's about it. Clove itself has roots in the Old French, where clou meant nail due to the spice's resemblance of a nail. And so I'm going to show those to you right here in case you've never seen a clove. It's really common in everyone's kitchen. Everyone knows what cloves are. But did you know that they are actually a flower bud? So we'll talk about that. But first, let's hear from my sponsor real quick. Here we go. This video is sponsored by Yeti Scrubs. Make dry skin an urban legend. Their premium salt scrub combines the finest Pacific sea salt, Himalayan, and Dead Sea salt to gently and luxuriously remove dead skin cells, leaving your skin renewed and radiant. Their blend of natural oils provide lasting moisture that I can feel for days. They even carry a lip scrub, lotion, bath bombs, laundry detergent, bath soaks, and even more. So here's the deal. Go to yetiscrubs.com, enter the code veiledwitch, VEILEDWITCH, and get free shipping on all your orders. Go now. All right, so cloves are native to the Maluku Islands or the Spice Islands in Indonesia. And this was the center of the spice trade for centuries. So traditionally, a clove tree was planted each time a child was born, leading to an abundance of this spice. So I think that's amazing. In fact, I have a picture here of the oldest clove tree in the world. Look at this massive beast. I can't imagine how wonderful that smells. So had to include that. So the clove tree is actually an evergreen tree, and you can see how tall it grows. It reaches heights of 8 to 12 meters and have large, shiny, dark green leaves and aromatic scented flowers. It kind of reminds me of the holly tree a little bit. So cloves are in fact the flower buds, which are picked before flowering, and this is what it looks like when it's flowered. So you got to get them before they turn this. So when picked, the buds are pale in color, turning bright red and then dark brown as they dry. If they are harvested too late, they will lose a significant part of their aroma and medicinal properties. So precise timing has to be put into the spice. The clove trees can live for over 100 years. The flowers, after 6 years, it starts to flower and then produce cloves throughout the rest of their lives. So they are busy. So cloves have been highly valued spice for thousands of years, traded by ancient civilizations such as the Romans, Greeks, and Egyptians. It was once one of the most valuable spices in the world. And at certain times in histories, cloves were so valuable they were used as currency and even offered as valuable gifts to kings and emperors. In Europe, cloves were known to be utilized during the plague, considered to have a protective role against the epidemic, among other herbs. Very, very healing, this clove. Cloves were considered a natural aphrodisiac in many cultures, believing that it enhanced libido and sexual health, and those beliefs are still around today. So cloves have been used in perfumery for centuries, adding warmth, spice, depth, and richness to many fragrance blends. Look them up. They still use it, and I think that's wonderful. When I made my veiling sprays, which you can still special order, my psychic defense has cloves in it, and it's amazing. I love that smell. In some cultures, cloves were a symbol of love and friendship, and in some parts of India, it was given as a gift to express goodwill and love. During the Han Dynasty, it was customary for court officials to hold cloves in their mouths, so they had to hold them to freshen their breath while addressing the emperor. Can you imagine talking to an emperor with cloves in your mouth? You couldn't chew them, you couldn't just, hold them in your mouth and then spit them out. You had to hold them and speak to the emperor. I would be afraid it would all come out my mouth, and I would look stupid, but there it is. Various folk tales and myths surround clove, as it was believed to be imbued with the magical powers of protection and love, and burned as incense to attract financial abundance. It was also thought that burning it would stop others from gossiping about you, and I have a spell to share with you a little later. According to ancient Indian texts, clove was known as the divine flower, and to the Hindus, it was sacred to the goddess Lakshmi, who symbolized beauty, wealth, and fortune. Additionally, clove was used in exorcisms to expel evil spirits. So that is why it's in a lot of your protection incenses and stuff like that. Now, on to medicinal properties. It is rich in antioxidants. It is antibacterial, antifungal, and reduces inflammation and pain. It helps relieve toothaches. You can actually, if you have a really bad toothache, you can take clove oil on a Q-tip and rub it right on your gums, right where your toothache is. Or you can take a clove and kind of mash it up a little bit and place that clove right where your toothache is. It helps with upset stomach, gas, and diarrhea. It may help coughs and asthma by acting as an expectorant. So it will make you cough. Expectorants do that. But once you cough, you get all that stuff out. It helps freshen breath. We know this, right? Helps reduce gum disease and even helps treat a dry socket after dental work. If you've never had a dry socket, please count your blessings, because they are so terrible. It happens when you've had a tooth pulled and the part that's healing over comes out. It's terrible pain. Terrible pain. It helps. It numbs the area so it can heal a little bit better. It may help with liver health, blood sugar regulation, and may even have anti-cancer properties. So cloves are such an amazing ally for us for medicine, big time. So on to the magical properties. The element is fire. The gender is masculine. The planet is Jupiter. So that means the day of the week that it is most potent is Thursday. And since Jupiter is so massive, you can use it in any spells that you want growth and expansion and success. Think bigger and better. So growth and expansion. Bobby Fierro, I hope you know I am learning. He is teaching me astrology. And so, yay, I have my final next week. I'm going to ace it. I just know it. I'm so excited. All right. So a few spells here, because I know I didn't knock your socks off with the folklore. I'm going to give you lots of spells here. So get ready to take some notes. So you can place diluted clove oil. So all that means is have a base oil of grapeseed, jojoba, olive oil, or almond oil. So you dilute your essential oils with base oils, and you anoint a taper or chime candle with that clove oil on top of when you take a candle and you carve the word gossip in it, and then you take your diluted oil and you anoint it, and then you burn the candle to dispel gossip in your name and let the truth be heard. You can also put the name of the person doing the gossiping onto the candle as well. So like Mary Jane, stop gossip, and put your clove oil on it, and then light that candle. They will shut their mouth. Use diluted clove oil also to anoint doors, windows, and the backs of mirrors to protect the occupants in your house from malicious or astral spying. So this kind of cloaks you. Yes. The flower meaning of clove is dignity. So if you place a drop of clove essential oil on a tissue and inhale that aroma before you make an apology, it gives you a little bit of dignity, a little bit of, yeah. Sometimes you have to swallow your pride when you have to make those apologies. So clove helps you a little bit with that. If damaging storms are expected, you can fill a small jar with whole cloves and masonry nails from the hardware store, and you place the cloves at the four corners of your lawn and along the border, then anchor the four corners with the masonry nails, and then you anoint the nails with the diluted clove oil before sinking them into the dirt to protect your property. Now, if you live in an apartment, you can just place the cloves in the four corners of your apartment. So that's pretty cool. Burned as incense, clove lends protection, brings joy to the home, attracts riches, and gives inspirational confidence. So now I will add 7 cloves to an herbal amulet for quick expansion in financial opportunities. There's that Jupiter energy again going on. Cloves added to a child's pillow encourages sweet dreams. So lots of good uses for cloves for you guys. So I hope that you use one of those little charms or one of those little spells for you. I have another one in my personal uses, but let's go over some of the products. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again, money powder. This stuff has some of our favorite herbs that we've talked about. It has the allspice we talked about. It has the cinnamon we talked about. And it has bay leaves that we talked about and clove that we talked about. This is the stuff that has the lodestone power, the magnetic manifestation power. Telling you, I will put the hyperlink for this down. Now, I'm going to confuse you. That's fine. I don't mind being the one to confuse you, but it is in my Earth Booster Oil. Why, Joey? I thought you said cloves were a fire herb. Yes, it is. However, because of its protective and prosperous and manifestation power that it has, I put it in my Earth Booster Oil. Because it brings things to you. And that is what Earth does. It manifests. So it's in my Earth Booster oil. I'll have a link to that. It is, of course, in my Prosperity oil. I will be relaunching this. It is available, and I am making new oil as we speak. I'm going to be making that today. So lots of good things, of course, allspice and cinnamon, and ginger and nutmeg and all those good homey spices. But it also has pine and patchouli and juniper berries and myrrh in it as well. So love the smell of this stuff. So that's your Prosperity oil. Also in my Stop Gossip oil. So this, if you message me and ask me to make this, I will make this for you. That's all you got to do. I will make this because I love it so much that I used half a bottle in a spell already. And let me tell you about this spell. So you take an orange. It could be like a little cutie or a tangelo or, you know, any kind. It could be small or large. And you cut the orange in half and you scoop out all the juicy stuff, and you let it dry in the sun so it gets sun charged. Okay. And then once it's all dried, then you're going to fill it with your Stop Gossip oil, and then you're going to put a wick in it. If you're lucky, some of the pith might be a good wick for you, but if it's not, it wasn't for me. If it's not, then you can just put a wick from an old candle in there, or just if you have any candle making supplies, you can put a wick in there, or simply use some string. And then you're going to light it, and then the oil will keep that candle wick burning. And once it's burned down, there's nothing you have to say, nothing you have to do. Once it burns down, their mouths shut. Too easy. I did this last weekend. I can't believe how fast it worked. Woo! So yeah, so Stop Gossip oil. Leave me a comment down below if you'd like me to make you some, and I'll get together with you and get your address and send you some. We'll just say $12. And then last, I have it in my Arnica Muscle Relief. If you have not used this, oh my gosh, it is amazing. I have managed to capture somehow, I don't remember how I did it, but I wanted to make my own version of Tiger Balm. If you've ever used Tiger Balm, amazing stuff. It is a really good muscle rub. I use it on my shoulders and my neck when I have arthritis pain. Amazing. So it has, it is Arnica flower based, and I talked to you about this when I did my Arnica video, but it has clove, eucalyptus, patchouli, and lavender in it. So amazing stuff if you have any kind of muscular pain. All right. It is also in all of my protection simmer pots that I do. I'll put a picture of one up here. It smells so good in any kind of simmer pot. Just throw it in. Prosperity, throw it in. Protection, throw it in. Amazing. It really is the herb that does everything. It is also in my elderberry cough syrup. Put that up here because it helps numb the throat. Everybody's got a sore throat when they cough. So it helps to soothe that sore throat, and it's an expectorant. So there you go. It's also in my winter solstice wassail. Every year, this is what I make the coven, this big simmer pot, not simmer pot, stock pot, full of wassail, and it is amazing. It has whole cranberries, it has apple slices, and then I push the cloves inside the apple slices, and it has anise and a couple other things that I only drink in wassail because I can't stand cranberries or anise, but I love it in wassail. So there you go. So those are my personal uses for clove. Leave me a little message down in the comments how you use clove in your practice. Please go onto my website and check out my herbal store. Don't forget to punch in that code word, all caps veiled, to get your free shipping. It adds up. It's a huge discount only for my YouTube channels. Subscribers and guests, I'll say. So be sure to do that. If you'd like to support this channel, give me a like and subscribe. Share to your friends who would enjoy this as well. You can also financially support this channel by buying me a coffee. That is super helpful and keeps my channel going financially, and that's a huge help for me. I think that's everything. You can book a tarot reading with my good friend Bobby Fierro at Wild Raven Tarot. I'll put his information down below. Other than that, live your best life and live for yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.